All right. Hey guys, welcome back. Sorry for the wait. I I got sticky fingers. I accidentally hit start stream, end stream, like right one after another. So I'm really sorry about that. I'm glad that you guys are here and made it despite having to need a new link really quickly. Man, and that's the thing. I got here early too, and still found a way to be late. I am so sorry. But glad you're here. Glad I'm here, and glad that Jesse and Chris are here. So let's bring them up. Jesse or Christopher.
Hey.
Who's your buddy, Chris?
What the heck?
You just got caught with your.
I was just listening to the music. I thought we were at a Coldplay concert.
Nice.
I mean, I know they're cheating, but it's still that poor couple.
Yeah.
Poor Coldplay.
Poor. Did you hear what Chris Martin said though? Okay, so when I first saw this, I didn't know, I just saw a picture. I was like, what's the big deal? Okay, yeah, it sucks that people cheat. But why is everyone paying attention? Who cares? Why would anyone even look at them in the first place to look up who these people are?
Yeah.
Then I saw the video and it's like, oh my God, you guys, if you're gonna cheat and you're gonna do it in public.
If you didn't do anything at all, nobody ever would have noticed. It was only a big deal because of the reaction. And then once the reaction, people started posting it online, and then it was a whole thing.
So stupid. And then it didn't help that Chris Martin says, "Oh, look at them. They're either having an affair or they're shy."
Yeah.
Oh,
well, I mean, it was a good call.
They're divided, but it unites the country.
Yeah, I do still feel kind of bad for them.
Yeah.
Just live your cigar. We got requests.
Well, I'm not. I don't have the garage done yet, so I'm still in the office.
Where's the DePIN cigar? Hey, everybody.
Well, I mean, you guys need to. We need to take a week off from delivering products so that I can deliver the new streaming studio.
Bless you.
That was the greatest sneeze I've ever heard.
Yeah.
A very gentleman's sneeze.
The gentleman's sneeze. Oh gosh, guys, I'm so happy. Okay, so you guys, thank you so much for being in the chat and getting on the new link. I don't know what happened. Here's the thing, guys. We were all here early too. We were in,
and we were even talking about it, and that's what cursed us. We were literally it was like curse talk. It was like in a movie when people are like, "What could possibly go wrong?" It was literally like, "Oh, we're all here early for once. We're going to start exactly on time for once."
Yeah,
it's tempting fate. Just tempting fate.
Yeah, we're gonna make everyone happy. We're they're not gonna get the what did he say a couple of weeks ago? For every minute we're late, there's some sort of fine to us. We're gonna be on time. We're very responsible adults. And then double click the start end stream. So that's on me. But we're here and we're ready, folks, despite what it might look like at the moment. So let's get into it.
Yeah.
What do we got? We have got our 63rd weekly call.
Nice.
Not hashtag DePINRedDot, because our country of the week is Singapore. Wonderful, wonderful city state.
Yeah, last time
Jesse and I are both like ... I think you and I are both thinking the same thing. It's been too long since we've been to Singapore.
Yeah, well, my first time was last year for Breakpoint for Solana, and man, that place was awesome. We were also there during F1, so it was cool to see. And I didn't really care for sports until I watched the F1 movie. Now I think F1's awesome, and that movie is just really that
F1 is not a sport, right?
Well, no, I mean, you watch F1. That's what I thought too, but watch F1.
Okay, hang on. We're gonna have to get back to this chat. Okay, hang on a second. F1 is a sport.
Yeah, but if you watch, I mean,
many things are a sport. According to the Olympics, even table tennis is a sport, but F1 is not a sport.
No,
I'll even admit, real football is clearly a sport. Even European football is a sport. I'll give that sport. Table tennis is a sport. Snowboarding begrudgingly is a sport.
I tell you, I was on your side. I was on your side. I watched the movie. Brad Pitt really sold it.
All right. Well, if Brad Pitt can convince you that driving a car is a sport,
really
F1 is awesome. Motorsports
that movie is
a great movie.
You have to watch it in the theater. Do not do not waste it on a small screen. But yeah, I mean, we were there for and there's all these high towers around the race. There's like the ground floor, they have concerts and stuff, but it's so hot. There's all these free bars, really nice bars that are just on the rooftops around the F1 track, and it's easy to get in. So we watched it from there. So it's also kind of cool, like an eagle eye view. But besides that, just eating in Singapore was the best. Solana Breakpoint was probably one of my best conferences ever, and it was in a cool city. So yeah, I miss it. I would definitely want to go back. Like,
I love
amazing.
Singapore. Singapore for me is, getting off the plane after 18 hours to 19 hours getting there, and you walk out of Changi and you go straight to one of the hawker centers, and 30 minutes after getting off the plane, you're deep in good noodles, and that's I love Singapore. Good noodles and beer.
Wonderful food. Well, speaking about being all around the world, Christopher, you have been moving a lot. You're like,
I have it
in a different place every time I talk to you.
It's sort of,
You're on the road, mister.
we talked about it. You guys know. I'll tell the whole community. The thing is, it's challenging to be working with so much of the team over here, especially since I lead a lot of the technical stuff, and me being back in the States. So we decided, I picked up stakes and moved back to Europe for a year at least. Because that's what we've got so much momentum and the product is going so well, but we need to keep driving forward. We need to increase that revenue and all that kind of stuff. And we've done this before back in the day with our web browser when we really hit our stride with that. I was over here for probably 10 months without break. So, but it's hard. I was home, and packing up the house isn't that hard. You just buy boxes, and secretly my wife had already left, so she doesn't know what's in the boxes. I just, she would pack them, like put labels on each box. I just did not do that. I just put everything in boxes. But
that'll be fun when you come to unpack.
The really hard part was selling my truck. I got the feels like really bad when I sold my truck. I was like waving it goodbye, like you were a good truck. I just wanted to pat it on the hood, and like on the nose, and be like, good truck, bye good truck.
Okay, so Chris, all right, so whenever we like watch like a documentary or something, like I'm the one who cries over everything. Like I'm teary-eyed. I like love little fuzzy things, and I anthropomorphize everything. But when we watch, you're usually like, you see a little baby gazelle being eaten by a lion. You're like, yeah, it's a circle of life. But now you're like, oh, my new truck, my baby truck. What's going on here?
Well, first of all, it's not a baby truck. He was a good truck. He was, Henry Sienkiewicz, right? It's a Polish author. He talks about like, riding into battle on your steed. That's how I felt about. That's how my truck was a good boy. He had heart. He had soul. He took me across the desert.
Oh, I'm sorry that you. I guess yeah, it's your modern steed. And
it is my modern steed. We brought our kids home from the hospital in that truck, and like obviously can't take it to Europe with you. It wouldn't fit on the street. So anyway, but that's what we
can you
have
imagine?
to do to make.
Yeah, bringing that huge ass truck.
It's like a bus. It's like a bus in Europe. But yeah, that's what it doesn't. What are you going to do if you're gone for a year or two? It's just going to sit there, and the only thing that can happen is like somebody steals the catalytic converter. That's like the best thing that can happen while you're gone. So sold it. We'll get another one.
Your truck. So he's got a badonk. He got kicks. He's thick.
Yeah.
And he's a he. Usually, I feel like guys will name their vehicles. Their vehicles are.
Oh, my truck is definitely a he. Like I don't. Yeah, there's probably overly anthropomorphizing it. No, before you ask, I did not have truck nuts. But I'm not sure how I feel about it. But you know what? Now that he's gone, I feel like maybe I didn't do him a solid by not getting him truck nuts. Like think about a proud steed. He deserves nuts.
Yeah.
I might actually be defending truck nuts. It's a weird day. Anyway, but. When I get a new truck, I'm going to get him truck nuts so that he knows how much I love him or something.
Well, speaking of trucks, over the weekend, we went here in Seattle. The team we went to see a monster truck rally.
Oh,
so
that's always fun.
Truck. We'll look up maybe one day when he eats enough diesel or fuel or petrol. Now that you're in Europe, one day he'll grow up to be a big monster truck.
Maybe he will.
Trucks are nuts. I mean, the one we went to, I mean, this is what everyone kind of is hoping for, but it's also super dangerous. But one of the trucks, a wheel fell off, flew over the stadium into the parking lot and destroyed a car.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It just
awesome.
flew
We
Such
just
terrifying.
and
derby at the
flattened
same
it.
time.
Yeah, it flattened it. If anyone was in that car, they'd be dead.
Yeah.
Luckily, it was a county fair, so everyone just walking around, and only one guy got smashed. But I mean, it was like a car landed on a car. It was a huge ass tire.
It was a straight up-
Meanwhile, while we're having this discussion, our European viewers are furiously writing to their governments, going, "Which one of you let him into Europe? These people do not belong here." This whole conversation, starting with trucks and ending with monster trucks, is just like,
Yeah.
monster trucks are so fun, and I can't wait till our team in Europe and our team elsewhere who are not in the States come and visit. And if they come and visit during the summertime, I would totally want to take them to a monster truck rally.
Yeah.
I mean, do you guys have that elsewhere in the chat? Are you guys have that monster truck rallies elsewhere in the world? Is that like pretty much an American thing?
I mean, I think it starts to exist outside of I think it starts to exist outside of the US just because it's it's so cool. I mean, I think the whole Monster Jam thing, they've done it in like I swear to God, I saw something about it happening in Germany at some point. The Germans like their industrial equipment. I can feel like they could very much get behind monster trucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The difference is if we had our German ambassador back, he'd be like, "Yes, but the German monster trucks, they don't just turn left; they also turn the right." And just like they always say about motorsports in general, right? F1 versus NASCAR, but
yeah.
I feel like it's starting to happen other places.
Yeah, it's definitely an American thing. Yeah, there's motocross. There's motocross there. There's beer. We do the American flag. There's music. Yeah, it's like a definitely American event. Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, speaking of trucks and moving things along, let's move on to our
to Singapore.
To Singapore.
No monster trucks in Singapore, but great food. Great food.
No monster trucks, but wonderful food. So it is our 63rd weekly call. It is not hashtag DePINRedDot. Yeah, let's get into our agenda. We got a lot of folks in the chat. Oh, we got folks from India. Hey, what's up? And I saw a lot of folks in, let's see, Treasure Hunter in the Philippines and we got Indonesia. So it's good to see you all here. All right. Our agenda today, we're going to do a vibe check. Then the vibe check is not going to be just about monster trucks, but and in America, but some pretty big news that happened in America recently. We will talk about the Grok Drop campaign impact, Singapore Week, and your team guys. We're going to be on Instagram and TikTok, so we'll share about that. Some product updates, community Q&A. So if you have any questions, please drop them in the chat or go on to I'm sorry, not Instagram yet. Go on to X under the main post. I'll try to catch them on X if they're there. Or you can go into Discord and there's a room just for Q&A, and we will get to those by the end. I will try to grab some screenshots while we're doing the live stream so I can put them up there. Otherwise, we'll just read them out loud and go over your questions.
Cool.
All right. First up, well, I guess we don't really need this as much. I think I want to talk about this new segment, Vibe Check.
Vibe check. Okay.
What's going on? Vibe check. Well, we have a couple we're playing with. Is vibe check.
I'm having such a hard time keeping a straight face right now. But yes, vibe check. Let me get my tools. I will check on the vibe.
I'm like desperately trying to sound like I'm cool. I'm with it. A young person. Hey, I think I'm hearing
all young people.
Myself on one of your guys' speakers, by the way. Might be you, Jess.
What's that?
Oh, I thought I heard an echo of myself on your speaker.
You probably did.
Anyway, I want to talk about Genius Act.
Okay, it's genius.
It's genius. So, okay, so we've got the Genius Act that it's about stablecoins.
Let's recap for everybody who maybe hasn't been following the news. So you want to give the quick recap on that?
Okay, well, I have a couple worse things. So there's two acts. There's the Genius Act, which is stablecoin legislation.
Yep.
And then there's the Clarity Act, which is market structure or all other coins besides stable coins. And the I guess actually maybe one of you two can give a little bit. Jesse, maybe you can give a better explanation on what the Genius Act is. So it's a two-pronged thing. The Genius Act they both passed the House. The Genius Act has passed the Senate, and just last week or just a few days ago was signed into law. So Jesse, can you give us a quick rundown on what the Genius Act means?
Well, I think maybe step back if you guys are not following, just the folks who are new to just the state of crypto affairs in the U.S. This is the first time ever since crypto Bitcoin came out, that the U.S. government has been pro crypto at all. There's a whole thing called Operation Chokepoint that started a long time ago, where companies that were like gambling or adult companies or companies that kind of on the edge but totally legal will get debanked, or companies that were like maybe politically incorrect might get debanked. And that was called Operation Chokepoint. So they couldn't legally shut you down, but what they would do is pressure Visa, MasterCard, and Amex to actually debank you, or you just banks to debank you. And so if they do that, then you're effectively shut down. Your company still exists, but they screwed you by not being able to make any revenue, pay your bills. So that happened a lot. Operation Chokepoint 1, Operation Chokepoint 2.0, they did the same thing. There are some politicians, there's quite a few around the world, and I would say, oh my God, what's her name? The one that really hates the most.
Elizabeth Warren.
Elizabeth Warren, yeah, Elizabeth Warren, really like led the charge of saying like maybe they got super embarrassed because they supported FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried, and they took a lot of money from that guy. They got super embarrassed, so they went totally other correction, and they were totally against crypto. I did a little bit of lobbying on Coinbase behalf. They flew out a bunch of entrepreneurs to Washington, D.C., and we get to tell our story about crypto, how the regulations are hurting our startups, how we're forced to spend a ton of money on legal, how we actually are so afraid to do crypto companies in America that all of us have no companies here. We actually established all our companies overseas, and how it's scaring away a lot of innovation. And then behind the scenes, there was a thing called Operation Chokepoint 2.0, where politicians similar to Elizabeth Warren were going around and scaring banks to don't do business with these crypto companies. And so a lot of big companies, I think even Gemini, the Winklevoss twins, and many other reputable big name entrepreneurs out there came out and said, yeah, you know what, we were constantly being debanked and being screwed over, and we had to find new banks and we had to do overseas, and had this whole rigmarole, and it was a pain in the ass. And what ends up happening is you spend a lot of money that you should not spend on your startup. You should spend it on product and team, and you spend on a bunch of lawyers. Stupid. And then also you send all that innovation overseas. And so that's how we dealt with that. We did that with Tenta browser. We still were able to successfully sell that company, but we dealt with it. And now this is the first time ever. So when Trump was rallying to get elected, he ran on being really pro crypto, pro Bitcoin. And you're always kind of worried that they're just saying that for the votes and they're not going to follow through. Like that's always the worry, because we've heard this before. Everyone says Bitcoin, yay, but then when they're in office, they say, well, maybe not. No, this is the actual proof that they actually did something about it real. So I think that was kind of the setup. So why it's so exciting. I didn't look at all the small little details, but maybe Chris has a little bit more of that. So maybe we take it from here, Chris.
So, I mean, I think this is interesting because, first of all, I think it's great. And secondly, I think it's interesting in that, we've talked about this here before. Stablecoins in particular are, I think, we talk about all of the big use cases on the blockchain. But I think one of the ones that's truly there, one that I personally really see just being used out and about and being in trade and in transaction, is stablecoins as a way of paying. And if we have to pay a supplier in a different country or a programmer or something like that, or one of them needs to pay us, stables are just so much easier. They're so much cheaper than normal banking. They're so much faster. They're easy to work with. In some ways, they can be less secure. And, all of the what about people can tell you, oh, what about if you lose your keys or whatever. But on the other hand, they can also be more secure. We do for some of our big wallets, we do these multi-signature wallets. So, we have multiple levels of vetting or insight before we make a transaction in that way. So I think Crypto in a lot of ways. Of course, I say this as an American, but crypto is really a very it fits the U.S. ethos. It's something that is kind of a bit out there. It's laissez-faire. It's happening very quickly. It's on the cutting edge. It isn't just a pure idea. It isn't just pure finance. It's both. So it's kind of a shame that the SEC for a lot of years was really putting a big damper on a lot of this. And the other thing is, and now I'll get to maybe the slightly more cynical part, because you do see some people in the hardcore crypto space going, "Oh, how could anybody applaud this?" Right? It is a regulation on crypto, and crypto is all about being no regulation and beyond regulation. And I think my answer to that would be something maybe a bit more practical, which is to say, yeah, crypto started. Truly, the first wave of crypto was beyond regulation. Regulators weren't close to catching up with where crypto was and where the technology was. But the reality is, living in the world, the real alive world where things have to happen, countries are going to regulate this. And for better or for worse,
Yep.
I think that the Genius Act and the proposed Clarity Act are both, pretty good. Certainly compared to the way I think some countries, some of the more authoritarian ones, are really trying to just ban crypto. They think they can hold back the tide on this, and they can't. The idea is out there. The Pandora's box has been opened. The concept of crypto, the ideas behind it, cannot be put back in that box. Individual ones maybe bannable for big enough governments, but that's not going to be practical. But the other reason the U.S. has an interest in this, and this is a little bit cynical, but at any given moment, there are hundreds of billions of dollars of U.S. dollar denominated stablecoins floating around out there. And so if that's going to happen, then I guess the U.S. government could have reacted a couple ways. It could try to ban it. That's obviously not going to work. So glad to see they're not doing that. It could try to issue its own official stablecoin, but nobody would really like that, and it would be expensive. This is clearly one of those situations where the free market, the private market, can do a better job. But hey, if all of these tokens are denominated as U.S. dollars and a huge issuer of them fails, like we saw with Luna and stuff like that, then that does have shocks throughout not just the crypto markets, but also the dollar markets and all kinds of assets. And so, maybe the more cynical part of it is, the government actually the U.S. government kind of has an interest in making sure that a massive stablecoin issuer in dollars doesn't collapse, because that's not good for the dollar in general. But this is one of those interests where, weirdly, we often talk about the government as if it's external to us. And in a lot of ways, it often is. But this is one where, a government of by and for the people very much is aligned with the people. Stable coins are great. And this ought to put just a minimum amount of regulation on them to make sure that, hey, if they say they're backed by dollars, then they really have to be backed by dollars, which is probably a good thing, because that's one of the black swan events that keeps me up at night, is thinking about what would happen if one of the major stable coins had a serious depeg. Because that's the one thing, obviously there's a lot of risk in crypto, and different tokens can go up and down, different systems can work or not work, but we denominate everything effectively in dollars because we denominate them in USDT or USDC or one of the other stables. And so
that's required. Major part of this act. If you want to do business with, it has to be backed by one. Yeah, every issue.
If you say it well. And I mean, and this is the thing, because I saw somebody complaining about this, going, "Oh, this is going to prevent people from launching stablecoins because whatever." It's my understanding, and I'm not a lawyer, but it's my understanding that this law doesn't say you have to say that your stablecoin is worth $1, or that those are the only stablecoins that can be issued. What it says is, if you say your stablecoin is worth $1, then it has to really be backed by $1, which I think is, and I mean that's where I am on. I think look, I would love to live in a world where we didn't need regulation. I really would. I'm very libertarian, but if there's going to be some, I think this is a pretty good version of it, probably, and I think it is certainly going to help contribute to trust and confidence in the stable coins, which is critical, because those are the reserve currency of the blockchains. And that is, whenever anybody talks about transactions on the blockchain, all of the prices are referred to based on essentially dollars. And the reason for that is because we trade with stable coins, and therefore that's what we care about. And so ensuring the actual stability and reliability of the stable coins is super important. It definitely will let me sleep better at night.
Yep. And the clarity part is, I mean, if no one's ever actually launched their own meme coin or just a crypto project ever, just know that if you're in the US, just the fact that like you had to question, hey, if I launched a meme coin, is this security? In US, let's say your meme coin or token, just a crypto token in general, let's say it just kills it and it goes crazy. I mean, just all of a sudden you have a hit project or a hit coin. Then you have a lot of tension. Before these two acts, there was a big chance that you could just go to jail if you say the wrong thing, or just unless you spend a lot of money on lawyers and they tell you exactly what to say and they train you. You might actually say something wrong because you're probably not used to what's a security or not. You don't know the language around that. Most entrepreneurs don't. They're not lawyers. And so what ends up happening is like you get so nervous, you just don't do it, or you do it in private. You do it secretly. You create a company overseas, and it was such bullshit for the longest time. So like just the fact that you can create a company, like even that fact that memes are not securities anymore. That's why even the president has his own meme coin, and that's actually just, it sounds so silly, but it actually makes a big difference, like a huge deal, that to just say, hey, this is not a security, and especially if in US, and it reverberates around the world, because if US is against crypto, then a lot of countries follow that. So I think this is why this really matters. Is you want to have good innovation here and make it be supportive and friendly, because that's going to help every country too. Because we're all going to do business. What makes crypto amazing is everything's more liquid, then everything's better. So the more business we can do, more cross-border deals we can do together, and you're not worried about it, it's better for everybody. So this is actually a big part of that clarity issue too. So I think it's just great overall. We're going to spend less money on lawyers, more time on building in the US, which is awesome. Yeah, I think that's kind of and it's great to see that. I think we're so tired of people promising stuff and never following through. So this is one of the things where I think crypto community has been waiting for stuff like this for a long time. Yeah, and it's great to finally get some actual law signed that supports crypto.
So as far as the Clarity Act, I mean, it's aimed to like define which digital assets were going to be regulated as securities versus commodities.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know if there's any, like, do we have any idea of like, have they shared any idea of like given any framework on what that will be? Because I mean, that's still in.
By the way, that one's not done yet. Okay.
That one's not done yet. That one's a little bit more complicated and starts to get a little bit wonky.
Yeah.
But from what I've read, and we'll have to see if there's any changes to it. But from what I've read, I think, again, this is very much a layperson's summary just from doing some reading. But I think I would summarize it as something like the sort of typical cryptos will not be regulated as securities. They will be considered commodities. The things that would be considered securities is something where there is some form of like further investment aspect to it, or there's some sort of on-chain action that can result in returns, but beyond just here's a token, done.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, so for instance, I hesitate to say, but let's put the whole disclaimer on there. This is not legal advice. This is not even the law yet, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But like, for instance, Alproc and its contemporaries would be probably considered not a security under the Clarity Act.
Yeah.
But we'll have to see how that develops, right? Because that's not a real thing yet, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But we have high hopes because things working in the favor of the industry, because this is the most crypto-friendly administration we've had. And so, it's very exciting. I mean, they have they have stated a goal to make the U.S. a crypto capital of the world. So this is great for all of us in the States. But I think, as we said, like something like 98% of stablecoins are pegged to the U.S. dollar. So it's great for all stablecoins. That it's just great. So all around. So exciting stuff. So that just got enacted into law. The Genius Act, Clarity Act still has to go to the Senate, I believe.
I think so. Yeah.
Senate. Yeah, I think this passed the House. That goes to the Senate. I'm thinking. I think I read somewhere that they're estimating probably sometime in around October we'll see some movement in that. So we'll see what happens. And the second half of or the third quarter of the year.
Yep.
It'd be a good Christmas for all.
Go.
All right. Well, okay. So interesting stuff there. Guys, if you have any thoughts about the Genius Act or the Clarity Act, or maybe how that might affect your, I don't know, how you feel about the crypto industry or even your holdings, let us know in the chat or let us know on X. It's interesting to hear what everyone thinks and how everyone else feels about it. All right, let's move on to our next update. So this week we did a first ever UPT drop with Grok. And so what we asked folks here, and I'll put it in the link.
And it was pretty awesome. In less than 3 hours, we had almost close to 1,000 comments from the community to participate. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So what we were asking is
shout out to everyone who participated in it.
Yeah, shout out to everybody. What we asked is, where are you mining from right now? So drop your city or your country in the comments and make sure you're following UpRock. And then in 24 hours, the plan was that we were going to ask Grok to pick 10 random people to win 1,000 UPT each. That was the plan.
Nice.
Grok is taking a day off of work and just decided like, nah, I'm not going to do it. So,
really?
Yeah. So we're like, hey, Grok, it's been 24 hours. It's time to pick the winners. And we have over 1,700 comments, 1,700 comments already. And Grok just wasn't doing it. I think they decided to, have their sangria al fresca or something. They're not working today. So we're going to do it ourselves with good old trusty retweet picker.
Yeah.
Next time we'll hopefully Grok will help us out here.
Oh wow. Well, we have almost 2,000 comments, so we need AI to definitely help sift through that.
I know.
Yeah, this is really cool to see because it's always fun to see, especially when these global campaigns, to just show the reach of the community, the true power of DePIN network, and also it's just a lot of fun to see where everyone's coming from. And so, yeah, I mean, even our country ambassadors, and also just our country weeks are really cool too. One of the best things about being an entrepreneur and a startup is we do get to travel to different conferences, like one of the best perks of some of it. And we're a very international team. We've been distributed teams since we've all known each other ever. So it's like this is in our blood. So we just love bringing cultures together. So it was really cool. And yeah, we have like a couple thousand. So Roz, he comes up with the great campaigns, and love to see all the community participate. So cheers to you guys for doing that. That's always like really inspiring to us. And yeah, we need Grok to get his shit together.
Yeah,
Grok. Yeah, what the hell, Grok? Or we should just
Grok to Grok our request.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, since we'll have to use a Web 2-way, so we're going to use trusty old retweet picker. Shall we do that now?
Yeah.
I got it all queued up. Okay, so let me present.
Are we actually going to do that now?
Yeah, we're going to do it now.
Oh,
I mean, unless retweet picker doesn't work.
We'll
figure it out.
Yeah, we had that problem a few live streams ago where our we were trying to do something, hand out something to somebody in a tweet, and the picker wouldn't work. But let's try it.
Yeah.
Let's try it. Can you guys see what I got here?
Okay.
All right.
I see it.
Here, let me resize that. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Okay, here's the tweet. Let me make this puppy bigger. I'll just make this full screen. Okay, here's the tweet. All right. We got 10 winners. You must follow UpRock.com. All right. What else do we want? Do they have to have a profile picture?
Yeah. Otherwise, it's a bot. It's too easy to be a bot.
Okay, we want to try to get rid of these bots. Okay, so tweet count. Any? Tweet count? Do they have to have a certain tweet count?
What's the options? What's the options? I say. What's the options there?
50, any 50 plus, 100 plus, 500 plus.
50 is a lot. Just say any.
Any, that's what I think. Yeah. Account age.
1 month.
1 month.
1 month.
Yeah, 1 month is fine.
And latest tweet. I say any.
Well, it has to be past
month.
month because they retweeted this. If they
Oh,
didn't tweet
right. Past month.
I'm not sure if it means that, but yeah.
Yeah.
Probably does. Okay, so we'll do that. Or maybe we do the past week. No, past month. Fine. Past month.
Yeah, just in case.
Okay, and then continue. 0 entries loaded. Hang on.
Go back.
What did I do here? What did I do wrong here?
Let's try it. Let's see. Looks pretty solid. Go down. You continue. Yeah, it looks pretty good.
That looks right.
Yeah, it looks right to me. Let's try again. God damn it.
Jesus Christ. Grok, this wouldn't have been a problem if you just did your job.
Why is Twitter making all of this so goddamn hard?
Okay. Well, so Roz,
I guess Roz is going to pick by hand.
You can just do the old school way. Print the comments out, use scissors, cut them up, put it in a bowl. And then we'll have a sexy girl pick them out on live stream.
What if it's something as simple as it has to the capitalization has to be right?
Do you need the @ there, or do you just type it without the @?
Oh.
Oh, try that.
No.
That's hilarious if that was true. UI fails.
Okay,
gosh, it looks so close, like it's there, you know. What's that? Yeah, I don't know. Okay, well, Suraj, you got to sift through 2,000 comments. There's got to be another option. This is ridiculous. Yeah.
Okay, why don't you guys?
We will pick 10 winners. Before the weekend. That's what we promised. So maybe Grok will work. Otherwise, we will just have to, randomly pick.
Here's what I'll do while we're doing Q&A, or whenever there's like some lull and these two are talking. I'll throughout the stream. I'll try to find another alternative. I'll try to find an alternative so we can hopefully do this by the end of the stream. And in the meantime, everybody, just let's roll deep and like tell Elon. Grok didn't do our little content.
Don't do that. If Roz is going to pick these by hand, let's make this really hard. Everybody who's on the stream, if you haven't retweeted this, do it right now. Let's see if we can get to like 4,000 retweets by the end of the stream.
Why are you mad at Roz?
I'm not mad at Roz. I'm just saying if we're gonna,
you're gonna make him work that. Oh my gosh, I would not want to do that to Roz. That's quite a lot.
It'll be funny though. It's for the humor, Jen.
It would be funny. Until you are moving to Europe, and he is going to be just a stone's throw away from you. So I'm safe all the way here in Western Washington.
As long as he's not the one throwing the stone, I'll be fine.
Okay, let's go on. Okay, we'll move on, guys. We'll get back to this contest. I am so sorry that didn't work, but you know what? It's not us. It's Grok. Okay, let's move on.
Thanks, Priscilla.
Blame the AI.
Priscilla. All right, so our country of the week. Speaking of wanting to know where everyone is, our country of the week is Singapore. So what we do is every week we highlight a country, and if you are in that country, then you double your earnings. You just have to physically be in the country and be earning, and that's it. You just double your earnings. You can't use a VPN. So no cheating and seeing what the country of the week is and then putting on a VPN, think you can earn, because there is no earning if you're on a VPN. You can do other things to earn, but not by contributing to the DPIN, not by contribute and use compute. So everybody in Singapore, you've got until the 28th to double your earnings. There's not anything you really have to do. You just have to have the app open, running in the background. Excuse me. And that's it. It's called passive income for a reason.
After this, after this stream, I'm going to basically go get some Singapore food. I'm going to go downtown Seattle. I'm going to find it. Either the bakata, their famous pork rib soup, or maybe just some like Singapore noodle or rice. We have a ton of Asian food here. Not as good as in Singapore, but
or just
I'm very hungry now,
just like a chicken rice.
What's that?
You could just do like a chicken rice. That's a very Singapore thing.
Yeah. That sounds good too.
Oh, chicken rice sounds great. Yeah. So I said you have it's passive income. So there's not anything you have to do. Just have it running in the background. But I want to always highlight this every week. If you have an iPhone, iPhones don't run just by the nature of iOS. They just don't run apps in the background for very long. So make sure you often have to manually open the app again to kick it back up. So to help you manage that, we have widgets. So if you have the iPhone app, I highly encourage you to, one, if there's a widget, use that, but two, use notifications, because then we'll ping you and remind you like, hey, your earnings stopped, time to open the app again so it gets back on. So that way you can maximize your earnings. And if you are in Singapore, you can get your double earnings. Just make sure you don't miss out on your double earnings, folks in Singapore.
Yep. Great.
All righty. Jesse, we lost you again.
Oh, I'm still here. My voice still here.
What's that? Your voice? Yeah.
Still there.
Yeah, you keep cutting out. Like this has been going on for the past couple
I know.
Past couple of
Quite
streams. There you go.
Okay.
There you go. Christopher, I feel like you have the best setup out of all of us because yours actually tracks your face. Mine doesn't really do that. Oh, you're on silent.
Yeah, it does everything except take me off of mute automatically. I need a big say something stupid button, and I just push it down when
I got mine too. Look at that. Ta-da.
Oh, you got yours set up? Nice.
That's yours? Oh, dang. Okay. I don't know what's going on with mine. Shit. All right. I figured that out. And then he's gone.
And then it fails.
And then he's gone. Okay.
Too much tracking.
Guys, we're going to be, you don't have to wait till the live streams to see us because soon we'll be on Instagram and TikTok. We are gearing that up now.
Oh, Lord. Why did we agree to this? Why did I agree to this? God damn it. Now we've told the world. There's no going back.
Nothing you have. Don't worry. We'll be fine. I'm still scared of TikTok, but you'll be fine.
Oh, I love TikTok. No, TikTok, you know, in a weird way, I'm like the old man on the group, but I'm also like into all the social media crazes. No, TikTok's great.
Well, you know, you are, Chris, but then Maro is like, ask a valid question. Does Chris have an X handle? And you do an old one, but he doesn't use it because, as we said last week, if he does, then he's just going to be on X all the time. So we've banned Chris from X.
Yeah.
The thing is, I used to post a lot of rants about why Emacs was superior to VI, and apparently that's considered like a form of hate speech now. So I'm just not posting on X anymore.
Yeah, you know what? The TikTok and Instagram.
I made such an obscure programmer joke that Jen said, "What?" If you know, you know.
I can get it. My hamster's not on the wheel right now.
Yeah. Well, I think Instagram and TikTok. Well, here's the thing. A lot of crypto, crypto on X is pretty saturated. And we do a great job of finding people who are not in crypto on the Play and App Store. And we really should build up those channels because there's a lot of big communities there, and people. And actually, there are a lot of people on the TikTok and especially TikTok, maybe not so much on Instagram, that are looking. They have that have really big followings that around passive income or AI tools or how to be more productive. There's a lot of really good content on TikTok about that, and so this is why we're going to do a big splash there because we want to increase our audience, increase our community, get more people interested in UPT, our token itself. And TikTok, I think, would be great for that. On Instagram side of things, I think, we're going to experiment there. It's all about images and video. But same thing. It's like a totally untapped market. We just started. We have a very small follower count, but we do need to, we're really good at finding our community and using content marketing to grow our user base and get more people to buy the token. This is all what's about too. And so, we're gonna experiment with both of them. It's like kind of new for us on the Instagram side, but yeah, that's what it's about. So
well, the other thing is there are a lot of people on Instagram and TikTok who are not reaching on X, and crypto. We were just talking about this earlier, talking about the Genius Act, talking about how much more mainstream crypto has gotten. Crypto has gone from being the realm of the technically very advanced to being something for everyone, and everyone is on Instagram and TikTok. There is a whole generations of people and demographics of people who just aren't on X. And those people all should have Uprock. They just don't know it yet. So we need to go to where those people are and tell them. And this is, I say in the United States, this is people in Middle America. In Europe, this is people in Middle Europe. A lot of these are parents. These are people who aren't necessarily on X all the time, but for whom Uprock is a super compelling product and a super compelling option. And we need to be where those people are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So does that mean more stuff on Facebook?
No. Facebook is for your aunt to go on about conspiracy.
You know what? You say that, but
they're already busy with that.
There's many countries just actually Facebook is the preferred.
Yeah.
It's true. Actually,
in US, Facebook, no, but yeah, actually other places in the world, Facebook is still the preferred channel. So
yeah,
we probably should start doing more stuff on Facebook, but yeah, for sure, Instagram and TikTok.
We can all agree, not LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I've been trying to post more on LinkedIn,
but yeah.
I'm just LinkedIn. I feel like is like it's like glitter for me. Their notifications. I keep turning off notifications, and LinkedIn just every time I sign in, they're like, "Oh, you signed in. You must want to sign up for all of our email."
LinkedIn is social networking for the unemployed.
Every startup person's on LinkedIn at all times.
Yeah.
Yes, like I said, social networking for the unemployed.
Okay, so I'm curious everywhere else in the world, folks, wherever you are in the world, if your top social network,
drop it in the comments. Drop it in the comments.
Put it in the comments. If it's not Facebook, if it is, the top 3, the top ones we already mentioned, or is there a new one that we're not even thinking about? I'm very curious. Speaking of social networks, I just saw a tweet from Elon earlier this morning that they're bringing Vine back, but with AI.
Yeah.
Vine was awesome.
I'm a little worried about that because honestly, Twitter was so good because it was pretty high quality content. It was a lot of just reading, and YouTube was like pretty long form content, and TikTok is killing it on the short form, and their algorithm's so good and so addictive that everyone's competing with TikTok. So everyone doubled down on stories, and what ended up happening is, if you guys notice it, the quality of content is remixed stuff, and you might see this, and it's like there's not that many content creators that are. It's like a few percentage of people create the content, rest of us consume it. So what you end up seeing is, like, I don't know about you guys, but I kind of see the same content over and up, recut, remixed, or reaction videos to the same video I've seen 10 times. And it's just shorts all day long, and it's like really encourages you to doom scroll. So now you're like doom scroll on TikTok, but then now you're doing it on YouTube, and you're already doing it, and then you have stories on Instagram, and now X is like trying to do that too. AI is going to really understand exactly what you want and can change on the fly.
Maybe.
So you're going to be,
but I think it's
more addicted to it, and I don't know if I think
the content is going to lack spark, and people are going to lose interest. I hear this phrase doom scrolling all the time, so I'm gonna be contrarian and say, what's doom about it? What makes it not just scrolling, first of all, and secondly, so what? Who cares? Like, if you read the newspaper, doom scrolling is right next to like nuclear war as the biggest threat facing the world, and the reality is, so what? People like to scroll on their phones. Honestly, when you get bored, you stop scrolling. I think that.
Yeah.
No, I think that's exactly the issue, though. I think hang on. But to counter that, Chris, I mean, that is exactly the issue. When you get bored, you stop scrolling. So the problem with doom scrolling is that the
when you're bored
or whatever are trying to not make you bored. So they're just like riling you up. So then you become angrier or whatever. You just you're in your echo chamber.
No, I genuinely don't have a problem with this. I'll scroll for a little bit on stuff, and then and then I'm like, oh, it's a nice day. I'm taking Doggo out for a walk. I want to smoke a cigar, and then I go outside and light a cigar and go for a walk. Maybe that's it. People who have a problem with doom scrolling need to become smokers, so that they need to go outside and have a smoke.
Or get a rocket, get a dog. Someone you have
get a dog. They're both
that depends on you to not die unless you take care of it.
Or if neither of those things work, just wait for your kids to come jump on your head. Then you will definitely stop scrolling.
See, there you go. See, the reason why you're not a doomed doom scroller is because you have kids that take you out into the real world.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, it's very easy to get.
Smoking is good for you in certain circumstances.
Yeah.
Did we just sign off on smoking on this stream?
It's like the 50s all over again. Get kids and be a smoker, everybody. I'm
Yeah.
joking. Don't be a smoker.
Don't
But
smoke.
do get kids. Kids are great.
Yeah. The no. So I like the AI content. It's a lot of fun. So I'm curious about and actually Vine was really good because man, you just realized how many really funny people there are out there, and so and they're so skit based, and like some of the best finds are so good. I mean, just because people are creating, you just realize how many funny people out there, and even the people in the comments. Sometimes the comments are funnier than the video.
Oh yeah.
How crazy funny everyone is out there. But yeah, so I'm curious about it. I'm a little hesitant just because like X is such a place where you're like reading content, and so there's more about that. And if it goes to the lowest common denominator of like shorts, like TikTok and YouTube shorts have been, then it's just gonna be it could really go downhill real quick, where you're like just mindlessly going through stuff that are like kind of like I don't know, not as stimulating, not as where their whole point was. You want to walk away with the least amount of unregretful minutes, Whereas like if other apps, you're like 3 hours into an app, if you really regret it, means you got nothing out of it. Whereas maybe on X, you could have been reading for 3 hours on some content and you got some good opinions, and you walk away like, oh, no, I actually learned a lot. I didn't regret any of that.
Yeah, I do agree with you. I feel like a lot of these networks are just they're homogenized. They're just all doing the same thing. So as we are expanding into more of the platforms, so we have a Facebook. We don't really use much except for sharing the live stream. We have LinkedIn, we have YouTube, we have X. Soon we'll have TikTok and Instagram. Well, we'll be kicking those up. But that's consideration for us. What kind of post? Maybe we don't share the same content on all the platforms. We have.
I was just about to say. Yeah, we've been talking about this, Jen. It was funny when you said that because it really was like what we were talking about the other day. It's like, the shitty thing is that everybody's just all the content is the same on all the different platforms. And then it was like, oh, we should post on more platforms. And the immediate corollary from that is we should post the same content on more platforms. But no, we've talked about this. I think it's really the whole point here is they are different platforms. We should look at what is most appropriate for each one and post different stuff on each one so that people on each platform are actually getting something valuable from us, from our posting, from our commentary or whatnot. Anyway, I'm just looking at the clock here, guys. We want to do some product updates or something.
Oh yeah, let's do that. Okay, we'll move on, guys. Okay, here we go. We got a sneak peek again of Rocket Booster. We talked about this last week and the week before. Same screenshots, but we have more behind the scenes that we'll share next week. But we're already started on development of this. Rocket Booster is basically the number one question that we get asked, or one of the top questions we get asked is, how can I increase my earnings? And there's a couple of ways you can do it currently. One, it depends on your location and your internet connection. The quality of those two, and in some cases, the device. If you're on Android, we just need to that's not really affects your earn rate, but that does, verify that you're a real device. The other ways you can earn currently are by taking up some of these offers. So you can play games, answer surveys, shop online, and you can earn some UPT for that. Rocket Booster takes that even further by rewarding you for most actions that you take, in Uprock. So you can, every time we were introducing things like streaks, open the app or, mine or contribute to the DePIN every day, you get a streak. Or we have the referral program. I'm sorry. That's also a current way you can earn more tokens, but things like you've referred this number of people, or you've been contributing for this long. There's many different ways, many different achievements that can basically give you a boost. And so that's what Rocket Booster is going to be introducing to everybody, or introducing in the apps. This is a sneak peek of some of the screens. We have more coming because it really does affect everything in the Uprock app. So currently in development, we will be releasing these features bit by bit over the next few months.
Even like today, like the global Grok contest, the 10 winners today, we're kind of doing it manually. Even if Grok was able to choose the winners, normally we would just kind of send it to your wallet address and you have to go to wallet and transactions and see it. We want to make it more special than that, where you should actually see it in your achievements. We want to send you a badge that actually not only gives you the actual bounty, the winner, the UPT reward, but also will boost your earn rate. So the whole point here is like you want to have some power and control and power that you can actually impact the earn rate itself, which is a big deal because we want to incentivize actions that really help the community and help the token. So when you log in every day, it's not just so you can do actions like surveys and games, but we can actually send you more tasks, more speed tests. These are things that help the enterprise side, and we can't do that unless you actually open it up a lot, and we can send you more tasks. So you double earnings there. And so we want to visually show more of that, and also just make it more engaging with achievements, and more ways to earn really. So like being able to watch videos daily. So there's a little more interesting and more engaging ways for you to actually check in every day. And then this is also evolving to Rocket Chat because we are building the Rocket AI Chat. There's going to be a first version of this. We'll come up with that little fat button, and that's where a lot of the community messages will go. And so, and right now it'll be kind of a one-way system in the beginning. So it's just going to like share, when live streams are on, new contests happening, etc. But eventually, very soon, you'll be able to just talk back to Rocket too. So if you have questions, this is great too because it's going to be a customer service tool, but also just being able to present our products. So when we have our crawler out, Rocket's going to be able to present that. You can try it out yourself. And it's going to be a lot more fun. So and all that engagement, we want to show that we want to reward you for it. So you can earn UPT for doing things like that. Or also you can boost your earn rate. So this is, it's all in development. We're going to keep talking about it every week. Eventually, like we're doing the groundwork now. It's like Jen said, a lot of back-end stuff. So it's like APIs are changing. A lot of back-end infrastructure is changing for this. And so it's kind of, you won't see much. And then all of a sudden, you're going to see a bunch of changes from the front end. But a lot of it's like back-end and like rewiring a lot of the components. And you might, like I said, you won't see it right away. But all of a sudden, you're going to see every week. Now, finally, once the back-end is updated, you're going to start seeing a lot of the front end just start to change real quick. So please about that.
Yeah. There's a lot of pieces that underpin all of this.
Yep. Cool.
And speaking of updates, this is not for Rocket Booster, but there are 2 Android updates. There's one in the DApp store, the Solana store, and in the Google Play Store. So that new update is out. If you have not already updated your apps, your Android app, please go do so, and you'll see it there.
And there's a desktop update on its way out.
And desktop's on its way out. I think that
desktop's on its way out. Yeah, if depending on where you are and what exact version of Windows in particular you're running, but also Mac and so on, you should be certainly within the next 3 to 4 days. You'll be seeing the update, and some of you will have seen it already. So that's rolling out right now. We've got version 12 on the way.
Great.
Yep. Stability fixes, bug fixes, and also some crash reports so that when you do have a problem, we can better diagnose it. So,
and there is another delay in the iOS update. A reviewer asking some questions that we have already answered many times before. So soon another iOS update. But anyway.
Yep.
Android, go update your Android apps, and desktop, you'll see that soon. Or you won't, because if you already have the current version, then you have the auto updater. All right, let's move on to anything for Prism, guys, that we want to.
Actually on the website last week. If you guys log into uprock.com, we rolled it out slowly for beta, but now everyone should see it. But if you go to the website now, the homepage is now, it used to be called Lobby, now it's called Discover. And you can see a bunch of links to different sections of the website. We've added surveys to the site. There is the shop to earn. There's games. We're gonna add PubScale, our second game offer wall, next. But we did some much needed TLC to the website. So everyone should see that now. So to go to uprock.com, you can see a bunch of updates there. Also, you just check out the wallet section, the staking page. All that just looks a lot better. Just presented, the information is presented better, and it just looks nicer on a larger screen. So I'd love to get your feedback on that. And then on Prism side of things, we fixed some bug issues we got there with the email templates. They used to say Uprock, now they're all Prism branded. So we're improving our whole email system. That's really a big part of how do you do, I mean, basically email campaign on the SaaS side of things is really important because we send email alerts for the monitoring system when things are going up or down. And also it's a good tool for us to actually convert customers. So we want to make that look great. And so we revamped our email system, and we're testing it right now, but the custom domains we talked about last week, there's one issue with SSL certificates. We're fixing that now, but it should be, I think, live today. We're doing final tests, but once that's done, we have a couple of reputable big name partners that are going to create their own custom domain and then post about it. So that's going to be really good for Uprock and the community, because that's going to show that this is real, worth paying attention to. It's a credible product, credible service, and it shows that these big companies actually created an account, signed up, created their own custom domain name, and they're sharing it with the world. And that's going to drive a lot of credibility and attention to Uprock, and which is great for all of us. So yeah, it's tied to a pro feature too. And so this is one of the things that we need to get done so that we can finally launch all the different plans. So we're going to have a free version, and we're going to have multiple plans for the Prism side of the Uptime product. And so I'm just super excited about that because it's been in the works. We don't want to talk about Crawler yet. I'm so excited about what we're doing with Crawler, and it is a heart of our roadmap. It is what we've been working on, why we want millions of members around the world to build a better knowledge abstraction layer for this AI internet future. And I'm just going to leave it there, but we are really cooking on that. But yeah, so go to prism.uprock.com. If you haven't done so, create that account. We have surveys for the, I think we're at 800 account sign up for the Prism side. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but we have a link to saying surveys for like, are you interested in Crawler and are you interested in the Swarm product? I think we have like 80 to 100 for each product too. Just like I'm interested in those two as well. And they're not like totally front and center promoted. So the fact that people find that link and they want to actually provide some feedback, so that the Crawler survey form actually asks you like, what kind of products are you using today for crawling, for scraping, etc. What kind of features are missing from what you're using today? What are the pain points? And so we've got some really good, thorough survey responses from that, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so that's it for the Prism side and the Uprock website side.
Yeah, so lots of good stuff shipped this week, just like every week.
Yep.
Lots of good stuff. All right, guys, let's go into some Q&A.
Okay.
And then we'll head out of here. Let's see. Well, we just talked about this Spaceman from Spaceman, paywall for Prism.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, yep. So currently you can sign up, but yeah, we have there'll be some paid features on
Maybe
there.
Paid. Yeah, you want to show that
ahead.
off, Jess, or do a quick show off? But if not, that's the whole payment plan system has been getting worked on significantly. We've already got the pricing, as we mentioned. We're going to have special community codes available to those of you who are following us here and other places to give you a great option. But we are confidently moving forward with paid accounts for Prism, and that's like a key part, obviously, of our whole tokenomics, right? Because that revenue goes to power our buyback and burn, just like our current revenue from other sources does. So yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Let's see.
Oh, sorry, were you sharing something here?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So we'll have like three different plans here. Some of the details are we're still working on. One thing we're going to introduce, which is a really, I think, pretty exciting way to differentiate ourselves compared to like the old way of doing things, centralized servers, because this is actually unique and it's really hard to actually operate and execute on a mobile network, keep it thriving, keep it working, and keep the apps alive and doing all those data jobs that centralized server-based monitors do not have to actually worry about. And it's a lot of work. And so we really want to put that front and center, because that real device monitor, that equals the community, that equals you guys. And so this is a new way of actually doing the billing for an uptime monitoring service. Never been done before, because this has never really been done before this way, accessible with the DePIN network. And so with uptime, we want to really put that front and center. Normally, for example, we want to actually show you that every month you have a quota of how many real devices worldwide is pinging your digital infrastructure, pinging your websites or pinging your APIs. and that's what you're paying for, because those are real people actually doing real tests for your site, and that's going to be a
That's
quota.
you guys
Huh?
who we're rewarding for that. That's everybody
actually
who's part of our
huge.
community.
Yeah, that's all uptime monitoring services don't do it this way. They use servers. We do off, and by the way, we do have centralized server monitors too, because you might want to do that for an email server or something that's not as important to like check all the time from real devices. So we do have that. So we have both. But for the real device tests, these are not just simple checks. They're like the real device is actually testing your website or API. We want to put that in. So that's part of the billing plan. We spent a lot of time thinking about the strategy, about the pricing, the keywords, how to present, what does a mid-sized company look for, what does an agency size enterprise company look for, what's a developer startup look for, etc. So we'll have this, one of the big pro features is the custom domain. So now that's pretty much done. We'll have this out. I really wanted to get this out this week, but I think next week looks good. And then, by the way, we will have a separate plan that is, and we'll have a nice really table feature here comparison. And we'll probably even add some stuff to show how we compare to some of the other companies. What we want to next is actually have a plan that is like a surgical marketing tool that is going to be a discount, but invite code only for our community, for our ambassadors, for our mods, for influencers that are interested in this type of product, or that community that's interested in this type of product, where we'll give you invite codes and they can get really awesome deals, limited time codes that you can get really awesome deal to have a plan that is not just a free trial plan, but a proper plan that's maybe for a single solo developer or a small team that needs a really awesome uptime product, but is not quite a medium size or enterprise company yet. But we're going to be very, very strategic about that and make that make it a high value plan that that is special. So it's word of mouth. We want to encourage that. So everyone, so our community is going to get that first. So if you're interested in something like that, if you have a YouTube channel, TikTok channel, Instagram channel, you're already working with us, you're in the Discord chat, we will give you some invite codes, and that will help. So and again, like I said, anyone who buys one of these plans,
or even if you're just a community member and you run a little website, maybe you run a hobby website or for a local group or nonprofit or whatever it is, and you want this, if you're here on one of these calls, if you're busy in our Discord, if you're part of our community, you just reach out to us, and we would love to give you a plan that's super affordable like that. But we also, the reason we don't have that plan on the pricing page right here is very straightforward. This is a great product that you guys, this wonderful community, has helped us build this incredible product, and so we want to make sure as we're selling it to companies that we're selling it for a fair price, because this is how we power the rewards for everybody. So we need to make sure that we preserve that value so that there's plenty of value coming in to do the buyback and burn. And to that comment, absolutely agree. And also got to give mad props to Jesse. He's sort of the lead designer for this whole particular flow around Prism and the billing and stuff. So he's put a ton of work into this and working with a lot of people to make this happen. So if you guys like it, I'm super glad, Jess, that you showed this off this week. I think this looks great. And as I'm sure you can imagine, we've got a few little things left to do to hook this all into the website properly, but it's looking good.
Yeah.
Yep. And again, why the community matters here and how you can help. Because every new sign up, every new credit card that we charge, all that revenue goes to buyback and burn UPT.
Mm-hmm.
A portion of all that revenue, absolutely.
And so no beating around the bush there. That helps increase the price of the token. Like, I don't need to beat around the bush. Buying back and burning the token using real revenue. This is the power of the DePIN. This is where we're already making revenue. Why we're getting shout outs on X, because there are very few DePIN companies actually making revenue. We are one of them. And so this is just getting started, and we're going to use the power of the community to not just grow the network, that allows us to build these great products, but then also, many of you have asked, how can we help promote it and sell it? So it's going to be really simple. Like, we're going to give you invite codes, we'll create PDFs, we'll create awesome landing pages and links for you guys to share. And every time you do that, helps do buybacks and burns. So I think it's this is what makes building a Web3 company so fucking awesome. Really. You're not siloed. You're not doing this by yourself. You have the entire community. They all have skin in the game. Building together. A Web2 competitor has nothing on us. It would be impossible to compete when you have a whole community that is actually has skin in the game and wins when everyone wins. Like there's no Web2 company can beat that. So yeah, man. So I'm really thanks Chris and the team that said that. We're working hard to get this out as soon as possible.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, so that I think that actually leads me into the next question here.
Okay.
Does Uprock? I'm gonna hide this now. Or move that now. Does Uprock need members from certain countries for uptime monitoring, where the numbers are low, excluding penguins? So I'm guessing you mean Antarctica. We community can bring in, like, tag people or know them. So yeah, do we have an idea of the kind of countries that
for now everywhere we don't have any significant imbalance right now. Thankfully, the community is broad enough that right now, I mean, obviously some countries are busier than others. When I say we don't have a significant imbalance at the moment, we're not running into any specific geos where it's like, oh my gosh, we could be bringing in so much more revenue, except for we don't have enough users here. So as that happens, we will put out great incentives to incentivize those countries to keep the revenue up for the whole community. But right now, no. In a nutshell, everybody's good, but nobody is extra special. We're all part of the community.
Yeah.
Great. All right. I have a couple. Oh, I'm sorry, Jesse. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna go on to the next question.
Sure. Yeah, let's do it. Yep.
Okay, so let's remove this one and hide that. Okay, so we have this is from Discord. Let me upload the question. Sorry, I was all queued up and I missed it. From Spaceman. Ask. Oh, remove that. How come that's not added? There we go. This is from Spaceman. 2 questions. 2 different things. So we'll tackle this however order you want to. 1, DATS update. 2, please allow referrals to enter referral code after signing up for a limited period of time.
All right, I'll take these in order. DATS update. DATS update. We talked to them 2 days ago at some great length. We've delivered a number of new test types that they asked for. We ran our biggest test ever with them, which was quite big. It was a very large number of gigabits, not megabits, gigabits. You guys are all awesome. In terms of seeing revenue from that, it seems like they're they're using and they're out trying to sell it, but they also have a really long sales cycle because they're really going after big enterprise customers. So update is they're chugging away at it. They asked us for a few small additional things to add to the worker code that we have for them. I mean, it's not even a secret. The big thing they asked for is they said, hey, sometimes a customer starts running a test and then halfway through they realize it's causing problems for their infrastructure and they want to be able to turn it off really quickly. So they called it a kill switch. So essentially we need to add we're adding a feature so that we can terminate a DATS test or a DATS experiment early if necessary. But longer term, I think the hope and the expectation is that we're not going to see any significant revenue from that for at least a couple months, maybe longer, maybe much longer. But hopefully they're able to close some of these deals. But they're going after kind of big enterprise customers, and that's just a very long sales cycle. Moving on to referrals. That's an interesting question. I will say I'm going to make this not my problem. If Rika is okay with this idea, then we can do it. But I think I'm okay with it for a limited time, not forever. We don't want somebody to go back and be doing. We don't want people to be going back and like trying to add a referral from months later. But yeah, for like the first week or something, like in case the referral link didn't work or they forgot that they needed a referral code or something like that, then yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Okay, cool. There you go. Next question we've got is, I'll remove this for now. The next one is also from Discord.
Okay.
Well, it's not so much a question as it is a maybe a request, which we did talk about last week, but this is from Sasho. So Sasho and Tim and all the other DePINeers, the kiddies, they had their community call. Well, they had one yesterday and they had one last week on Wednesday. It's every Wednesday at 6 p.m. UTC. And so a debate came up on the last call. If Sensei Chris can join us one Wednesday, DePINeers call at 6 p.m. UTC on the DePINeers Discord to provide his expert developer opinion on what ideas are doable and what are not, so we don't lose time on doable or time-consuming ideas. Arigato gozaimasu.
All right. Well, if the posse wants me to show up to the cat conversation, I'm going to need some catnip. And by catnip, I mean beer. And by beer, I mean, how's next Wednesday sound? Ask Tim to put it on my calendar, and I will try to commit, because I love you guys all very much. I will try to commit to do at least one of the posse calls a month.
I love it when that's perfect. I love it when a plan comes together.
But seriously, Tim also better order me beer on DoorDash. So you know.
All right, so you'll see Sensei Chris there. You know, that's why he's always down for an engineering call. Chris, I think we also talked about this last week. Be cool to have you do we want to do another fireside chat. I think
we do need to schedule a part. God, you guys are booking up so much. I don't even have time to get all the code done that we need to get done. Now you're putting more time. Yeah, let's make next week a big week. I'll talk all week long, and then the week after that, I'll work all week long.
I honestly think you should do it as. I actually think you should do a live code session. People talk to you. That's actually really, I think it'd be cool, where you actually do maybe like build live, do work, or just show like a setup of what you're currently working on, and then just take questions as you go. I think that could be really.
We can do a variant of the AI coding talk that I did for the team a couple weeks ago.
I think that'd be cool.
I think that'd be cool. All right.
All right.
So you Sensei Chris, or if he's teaching us, Professor Whiskers.
Okay.
That's a new name. I'm giving Chris, guys. Write it down. He's Professor Whiskers.
Professor Whiskers.
Yeah, you do have a mustache, so.
All right. The next ones we have. Okay, so this is not so much a question, but this is an idea from Drew. And talking about the platforms that we're expanding into, and the suggestion that maybe we do something on OnlyFans with a hot AI generated model on OnlyFans and require people to download Uprock just to view her. I don't know. Drew always thinks outside the box.
Yeah, it is a good. I mean, it does fit the theme of passive income. OnlyFans.
I don't know.
Jesus, bro.
Those models do is actual hard work. So
yeah. No, we won't. We'll stay. Honestly, every new social platform is not. It's not so easy to just post stuff and see what it takes. A lot of work. So we're gonna try to figure out TikTok and Instagram and get those to work first.
All right.
All right. Moving on.
Two more questions, guys. Movie Channel 295. Can I know when Uprock is going up? Sure.
Yeah, you know what? Whenever I'm actually bought a token for past, I'm in a project that I really care about. It always frustrated me when the kind of the team of the token would always beat around the bush, would never just like say like what they're working, how they're going to actually help the price. They always beat around the bush, probably because they're afraid it's financial advice. And they always have to say,
yeah, I'm about to say, Jesse, however much you want to say certain things, I'm going to stop you right there.
Yeah.
Think about all the long conversations we have, and then finish this answer.
Yeah. So my point is, I think, look, we thought about this deeply when we had our tokenomics. This is why we talk about it a lot. Everything we're building with all our signups with the customers, with Prism, we have a two-sided platform. So we actually generate revenue with the apps itself, which is the surveys and the games and the videos and all the things we're doing. Rocket Booster, I think, is going to be a killer for us on revenue on that. All that's going to help the token go up because we just buy back and burn. And then really the heart of the, like I said, this is a decentralized data business and the data engine. So the Uprock network fuels a decentralized data engine for the AI internet, for AI crawlers. That is going to be huge revenue for us. We have a lot of inbound interest already, and people have asked us for API keys. We have developers asking for that. We have fellow crypto companies who have been waiting for our better version of our proxies, which is the Uprock network. We know people will pay for it. This is how we do a massive amount of revenue to do buyback and burns, and that's what strengthens UPT. So we're not going to beat around the bush. This is the goal. We're all about it to that. And this is the two-sided platform. This is how they support each other. We spend a lot of time on the supply side. Supply side is like building a network, building community. And the demand side is go out and sell the data with really useful products. And those products is this decentralized data engine, the crawler, the uptime service, this kind of watch service. So whatever your whether you're scraping the internet or monitoring trends or topics, or you're monitoring your own service, that same network we can make great revenue on, and we have a lot of companies who are ready to pay us for that. So that is the goal. So we're excited. We're just like, we're only 1 year since we raised money. We're hitting our stride, and that is worth it. So keep, tune in every week. You're going to start seeing it. We already show our buyback and burn wallet. It's all transparent. Go to uprock.com.
It's all on the website.
You can see the wallets. We top it up every month. Every month we top it up. When we get our revenue, we put that in there. We buy back in UPT. So it's steady right now, but you're gonna actually start seeing more money go into that wallet as we add pro billing and as we start to get Crawler out there, because Crawler is still private. Like, we're just giving out keys, but we're not charging anybody. When you start seeing the billing plan, that wallet will start to grow, and that's what makes UPT go up. So
yeah.
Great.
So yeah, like Jesse said, look at our tokenomics page. Look at the public buybacks we're doing right now, the buybacks and burn, and then think about that billing page Jesse just showed off for Prism, and look at the great Prism product and go, wow, do we think anybody's going to buy this? Because if they do, then that is going to be more revenue that we're going to be putting into the buyback and burn wallet.
And by the way, this is not like we hope. We've already been talking. We're very engaging. Like we do with the community, we do the same thing with our business and sales contacts. We've been showing people this for months. All those shows I go to, I do demos all the time to get direct feedback. That's how we build our products, and that's how our UI is more intuitive every day, because we constantly talk to potential customers and customers that are already ready and waiting for the pro stuff, and especially for the Crawler. So this is not like we just building all of a sudden private. Hopefully people will like it. We've been already engaging with people. That's why we have hundreds of signups. And now our job is, once we get billing out, is to do the work, do Zoom calls, get people to sign up, get people to pay, and then directly we'll contribute to UPT, buyback, and burn. Burn, baby, burn. So
burn, baby, burn.
That's it, man. Just keep tuning in every week. You'll see it happening. We promise. Yeah, we commit to that. We don't give up.
Okay, so then the last question we have is rather more just how to use. How can we withdraw our tokens? So you can.
Sorry. Yeah, withdraw tokens. So that's pretty straightforward. You can just go to the website, and there's one option there to withdraw, and also in the app. So just go to the wallet section. You'll see a couple buttons there to deposit or withdraw. So it's pretty straightforward. If you have problems, go to Discord, or you can email us at support@uprock.com. That will create a Zendesk ticket, and someone will help you. Or just go to Discord and ask a question. But how to find it? Just go to your wallet in the app or the site, and you'll see two buttons: withdraw or deposit. So that's it.
Although I will suggest that you do not withdraw. If you just are sitting on those tokens, stake the tokens. So you can stake now. So you go into the app, or you can do it on desktop, and stake your UPT, because then you can get some yield back on it. And it depends on how much you stake and how much you stake and how long you stake for. So you can get up to 20% APY, and on top of that,
that's awesome.
If the more you stake and the longer you stake, on top of the return, the APY, there's also what we're calling a multiplier, a boost. We have, I guess, actually, honestly, this is probably the first version of Rocket Booster, is the stake amount multiplier.
Yeah.
Which I think, honestly, that's honestly, now I think about it, that is the first iteration of Rocket Booster is this multiplier. So the more you stake and the longer you stake, it increases the boost. So your staked amount also gets a boost as well. So honestly, that's how you can that is how you can withdraw. But I strongly encourage you to stake your UPT instead.
Yeah, that's a good question. That's a good point, because if you're asking about how to withdraw, then you're probably very unfamiliar with the app itself, because it's a pretty clear feature in the wallet section. So if I'm assuming you probably don't know what staking means yet. So staking is like a savings account with crypto. The point there is we want to reward people who are long-term holders, long-term supporters of UPT and the project and the community itself. And so when you do that, we give you like outsized rewards for doing so. The longer you are a holder, the huger the rewards are. And so you can really compound your earnings and just get a lot more for it, just for being a support, for supporting and being supportive of the community. So yeah, it's very simple. You go in there. Staking is kind of like a savings account, but way better than a bank. It's 20% or more APY. It's unheard of in the
Well, they're not all
world.
20%. You know,
Yeah.
it depends.
No, up to 20% or more. So like Jen said, there's different plans, but the point is, bottom line, we reward people for being long-term holders of the token and really supporters of the community itself. That's what staking is all about. And yeah, so when you go to wallet, check it out. If you really want to withdraw, you can, but there's staking options there. We recommend it.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, great. Well, I think that's all we got. That's all the questions. Oops, I just did that one.
Yeah.
That's all the questions. I think we should well, we did an hour and a half.
Yep.
I think we kind of covered a lot for the week. We will let's wrap it up now, huh? What do you say, guys?
Sounds good.
Right. Well, thank you so much again. Let me try this this outro music. You have to give it a second because sometimes my voice goes when I do it. How's that?
And
Yep.
winners have been announced.
Oh, great,
Winners
Roz, great job.
Yay. Okay, go head over to X, guys. You'll see the winners there. Roz, thank you.
Thank you, Roz.
You got you and the mods. You guys are awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
guys. Have a great Thursday. Thank you so much for joining us.
As always, thank you for spending your Thursday with us.
Yeah. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers, and don't forget,
Bye.
every Thursday, 5:30 p.m. UTC, come here. Every Wednesday, 6 p.m. UTC, go to the DePINRedDot call. Hearts.
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 Cheers, y'all.
Hearts. I'm just gonna do it the old school way.
All right. Bye,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.